Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series reviews I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. Eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I just went over there and shot down a whole bunch of coffee, so hopefully that's going to kind of get me moving and doing because it's pretty early in the morning. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, though, folks? It happens to be my Consume the Divide shirt. But what, I hear you ask, is Consume the Divide? Consume the Divide is an alternative metal band, kind of blending different styles. Got sort of, they really do have a really interesting range of everything that they do. But they're a local band out of Illinois. They've actually been doing it for quite a while. I know just recently they've had a pretty substantial lineup change. You know, some of the members decided to move on to other things. You know, it's always difficult when you're in a local band. You know, you've been doing it for a long time. It's hard to go over there and kind of keep, you know, everybody together. But they're still trucking at it, man. And I think these guys are really awesome. I've been fortunate enough to see them live a number of times now. And aside from just being awesome musicians, I have to go over there. I have to give a huge shout out, especially to the two lead singers, Joe and Dan. They're both extremely good dudes. I have nothing but the utmost respect for both of them. They're just quality people. And the rest of the band too, you know, but like I just have more association with those two than the others. But anyway, I actually have some videos of their performances. They're on the channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, be more than happy to go over there and kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, like I said, I just got through just shotgunning this stuff. Boom. From Waiakea Hawaii Blend Mocha Coffee. Because like I said, like I got up probably about an hour ago now. And, you know, usually this is a little bit early for me to do reviews, but I got stuff I got to do later, so I got to kind of get them in now. So that was my sort of opening, you know, soiree into all this stuff. I'm like, all right, let's get this. And this is going to be my follow-up because, I don't know, it's what I happen to grab. It's boom! It's from Olipop. It is Ridge Rush, a new kind of soda. It has prebiotics, botanicals, and plant fiber. Olipop combines the classic soda you know with the love of prebiotics, plant fiber, and botanicals to support your microbiome and digestive health. Finally, a refreshing soda that's actually good for you. Thrill seekers. Well, it's not me. This one is for you. Well, now I can't do the review. An exhilarating fusion of lemon, lime, and orange juices create an energizing blast of flavor that'll gear you up for your next adventure. So yes, it's an alternative sort of prebiotic soda. I reviewed a number of flavors from Olipop. And basically they go over there and they take flavors that you're already familiar with, but then go over there and put sort of their own spin on it with, again, the prebiotics and all that shit. This is a brand new one at the time I'm doing this. It's, as far as I understand, it's basically their version of Mountain Dew. Sure, I'm okay with Mountain Dew. Let's get a thing for the kind of, maybe a little bit better over here. Yeah, definitely better over here. I'm going to do this. Ha 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 ha! Let's give it a go. That doesn't smell much like Mountain Dew. Let's give it a go. Okay. It doesn't taste much like Mountain Dew either. But honestly, I think that kind of works in its favor because, you know, there's nothing wrong with going over there and just coming up with other versions of currently existing stuff. But I think it's always nicer if you can kind of really put your own real spin on it. And in this case, that's definitely what they did. I can see where it's inspired by Mountain Dew, for sure, you know, because it definitely is a similar sort of flavor profile. But Like, it definitely has, like, a nice citrus hit to it at the front. But then, I kind of feel like with this, as compared to Mountain Dew, I feel like you're getting the individual flavors more. Whereas Mountain Dew, it really is kind of one blended flavor experience. You know, that's what it is. Been doing it for like 100 years. So it works to a certain, works to what they want it to. With this, I feel like, again, it's like, you're getting the lime. You're getting, where's the thing? You're getting the lemon. You're getting the lime. You're definitely getting that orange. I would say the lime is probably the most prominent feature of it, especially at the front. The lemon, I think, it's blending more with the lime, kind of a Sprite kind of thing. But then you do get that sort of citrus hit from the orange afterwards, so it's not just basically them ripping off Sprite. It's got its own kind of very unique thing going on. I actually really like this. Yeah. I mean, I love lemon lime sodas anyway. And then on top of that, just having that citrus element to, not only just kind of liven things up, give it a little something extra, but I think it also plays a role in sort of keeping the flavor profile down of the prebiotic stuff, because I've reviewed enough of these, sort of alternative sodas at this point. That prebiotic stuff and the botanical stuff and all that stuff, I just said stuff a whole bunch of times. Those, I mean, if they're doing it for you and, if they're offering benefits, and I'm not saying they are or they aren't, because I'm not a fucking, medical professional or food scientist, but whatever they're doing, they can also go over there and really fuck up the flavor and the overall drinking experience. Some of them are just pretty much awful. But in this case, that's really not the case. Like, you can taste it just a tiny bit, but I really do feel like the flavors that are at play are doing a great job of pushing that down and really allowing this to just be a really nice, flavorful soda. Yeah. With, again, fairly minimal interference from those other elements, It doesn't... Some of these things, I swear, like, they taste almost like medicine, because of, again, the prebiotics and all that stuff. But that's not the case with this. Like, this is... I wouldn't say it tastes exactly like a normal soda. It does, again. It has a little twinge of something different. But I can more than let this go. I think this is really tasty. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with on occasion and sure. I mean, the thing for me is, for my own personal wants and needs, I am not against, like, the alternative soda trend. I think that soda's been around long enough, and especially now we're becoming increasingly health conscious of, the fact that it just ain't that good for you. It's really not. I'm all for, like, trying to go over there and find stuff to kind of, fill that role that maybe isn't going to be as, potentially damaging. I don't think we're exactly there yet. I think that we've still got a ways to go before we really can, like, transition from one thing to another. And I don't think we ever really will. I think there's always going to be, just that classic soda style. And I think that it still exist. But I do think that having these alternatives are really nice, especially when they're doing it right and actually making something that's really tasty. And that's definitely the case with this. But am I going to go out of my way to get this again? It's one of those things, if I see a can of it at Walmart or Target or something like that, in their little sort of, kind of health beverage section, I might grab one on occasion. Because I do appreciate the fact that not only is it tasty, but again, it has its own personality. Even if it's sort of building off what Mountain Dew did, it has its own interpretation of it. And I do overall like the flavor profile. So, if I'm recommending it, this is one of those things where it's like, who am I recommending it to, right? Am I recommending it to casual people like me, or to people who are already sort of into that scene? The cool thing is with this one, I would say either. I'd say yes to both, because I think if you're somebody casual like me, maybe you're a little bit weary of the prebiotic stuff, because Again, the flavor on some of those is just not that great. This is one I think you could perfectly get away with. If for whatever reason you want to go over there and sort of experiment with it, maybe try to add it into your repertoire of drinks, I think it works really well, you know? So it's maybe not going to be quite as rewarding as like a classic Mountain Dew, but at the same time, for what it's doing, maybe it would be for you, you know? Because like I said, it's got some cool stuff going on. And again, if you're one of those people, you're already into that scene, and you're like, new flavor, you have my permission to give this one a go. It's tasty, it works. It's not exactly Mountain Dew, but, you know, again, it's hitting similar notes. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there, have yourselves a truly Mountain Dew-tastic rest of your life, because, you know, Mountain Dew's good. It is! Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your personal take on the prebiotic alternative soda thing? You know, is it something you're into, something you're not into? I know Mr. Oda Khaled, he's a frequent commenter on my videos. Love you, buddy. You know, I know that's something that he's very interested in. You know, he's recommended me to try different things from the, you know, that atmosphere of drinks. But yeah, you know, feel free to comment kind of what your personal experiences have been with it, or, you know, if it's something that you want to try, maybe you just haven't gotten into yet. I'd be interested to hear about it. But anyway,